All right, do we got a party going on in here or what? Thank you for joining me. Another Friday night session. We are going to be running it up. We are back on TikTok, YouTube, podcast platforms. If you need to listen to us on the go, I am your host, Zach Rector, and this is the greatest transfer of wealth. Very interesting update that we have here tonight. We're talking about XRP pumping while the rest of the market continues to dump. It's truly incredible to see. Once again, XRP moving on its own. We're going to get into that and the rest of a very, very crucial update we have here. Once again, we did call the most recent market move, I have to say, back down to 19.5 for our Bitcoin, 1,300 for our Ethereum, but XRP is pumping, okay? Now, it's just about 6% on the day, reporting here from CoinMarketCap, about 6% on the day. Let's take a look at these charts. Should we be getting excited? What's in store for the cryptocurrencies? Looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, you can see that yellow line is the current average entry point that I have on my Bitcoin short that I'm currently holding. Not financial advice, please, not financial advice. But let's take a look at this chart, okay? You can see we dumped back down 19.5. We reached down all the way to, what was that? 19.3, okay? Now we're hanging out here at 19.5 for our Bitcoin. Let's take a look at XRP real quick. How high did XRP go today? Let's pull up that XRP chart. Massive green candles coming in today. Absolutely beautiful thing to see. And once again, we peak all the way up to 53.5 for XRP, all the way up to 53 cents, while the rest of the market continues to dump. Now let's get into tonight's update. So it's once again, we go current events, go through the economic data, then we talk about our cryptocurrency opportunity, which we believe is probably the biggest opportunity. When you talk about where can I allocate my cash, my investments, how can I grow, get gains, you know what I'm talking about? We're looking to partake in what I call the greatest transfer of wealth in world history, cryptocurrency being the best opportunity, but we don't just stop there. We talk about all of the asset classes. Thank you for being tuned in tonight. Let's make sure that we hit that notification bell so we don't miss any of the live content. And if you want anything, it's over at my website, zachrictor.com. You can get in touch with me, join our group, whatever. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. IMF board approves 1.3 billion in emergency funding for Ukraine. Once again, another billy to the Ukraine. I want to say who really runs that country, but you know that I got tight lips on this topic. Good luck and God bless to them. God, we got to take down this evil group of people. Let's just call them the cabal. For tonight's episode, we'll just refer to them as the cabal. There's just bad people doing little evil agendas, okay? But once again, that's neither here nor there. Another billy to Ukraine to support the cause. Absolutely. Let's continue doing the deal. As we report at the very same time that UK companies are collapsing at the fastest rate since the global financial crisis. Isn't it interesting how much of this data reflects back to 2008? And I want to make this point. It's similar to 2008, but a whole lot worse. I mean, it's identical, but that much worse. And we're going to get into all of it here tonight. Guys, check this out. Just in, over 930 billion was wiped out from the US stock market today. Shout out to everyone that's been here in the last couple of days where I said, hey, yeah, I'm holding a Bitcoin short. This thing's about to roll over. This is the pump that we expected. We talked about this last month. If we pump into Yom Kippur, we roll over into the Feast of Tabernacles. It's crazy. Go do the research. Go pull up Google or go back and watch my content that breaks it all down. 20-minute video. Go back and check it out. Okay, and you guys can see we've been on these dates. We've been on these moves over the last 3 months, shorting Bitcoin when the time is right. And it's a way that we hedge our bet because we're ridiculously long on utility cryptocurrencies that are going to transform the payments infrastructure. But in the meantime, we know where this deal goes. As we've been talking about, the stocks getting obliterated. 930 billion wiped out from today's stock market. Let's continue on. George Gammon, I used to think inflation would prevent governments from buying votes with stimmies. What I now realize is people receiving the stimmies don't care about the fact it'll make inflation worse, and they don't know it'll make inflation worse. Completely tapped out, no idea what they're signing up for. And as we see here, California begins fighting inflation with stimulus checks this week. We ask the question, how's your program working out? Well, we can see it clear as day what the agenda is in California and in some of these other states that they are just rolling out the agenda full force ahead. with no, gas vehicles, all electric. Let's raise your taxes and force a mass migration out of our state because we're that poorly run. But we don't care. We just continue to double down, running our states into the ground, completely bust. And we're going to get into the pension funds here shortly. We're going to talk about the pension funds in America actually being invested in cryptocurrency, already having exposure. But are they investing in Bitcoin, or are they looking at serious investments like us that are actually going to change the world? Not irrelevant technology like Bitcoin that was cute. It had its role. Thank you. Good job. Pat them on the back. Step aside. We got to solve humanity's $1 trillion problems. Thank you, Bitcoin. It was good while it lasted. Okay. But California, how's your program working out? They're sending out the stimulus checks this week. And it's very, very interesting to watch how they just continue pressing down. Biden welcomes Venezuela oil. He prepares to block, at the very same time, he's preparing to block all U.S. offshore drilling. So what are they doing? They're completely shutting down the West. We have to go woke. Green New Deal. Build back better. Huge shout out to Joe Biden. Take a deep breath. Let's take a sip of a cold adult beverage and let's continue the show going before we start ranting too early on in the night. Friday night session. You already know the deal. Thank you so much. Hey guys, we got 444 viewers in the chat already. Are you kidding me? Just 5 minutes in, we already got a party started. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Let's continue hitting it hard tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Shut down Europe while the rest of the world continues to do deals with the Saudis and everyone else that matters. Truly incredible. The Fed is on track for another large rate rise after jobs report, Wall Street Journal. So people keep on saying that the bottom is in, and I'm just looking here at what the Fed's saying. I'm looking here. The Fed has not pivoted yet. Okay, now when they do pivot, the market will turn. Absolutely, as it always does. But we have to take them at their word. Their program, their schedule that they have for us is interest rate hikes until the end of the year. They're telling us that they're not going to pivot till next year. And are we going to be shocked when they start to pivot early? No. Many of us are speculating that they will do just that. But in the meantime here, a lot of people getting excited. I think they're starting to front run. Now, we are close to bottoming out, in my opinion. Now, relatively speaking, I think we could still go down another 40-50% for cryptocurrency assets. I'm about to show you an article here from, I think, Forbes, talking about housing market could go down another 30%. To pull that one up for you guys. Housing market in the most expensive cities could go down another 30%. They've already been smacked 30-40% in some of these high-flying markets, right? So they tell us that the stocks are getting close to bottoming out, that the cryptocurrency space is doing just fine. We're about to boom. And I'm about to show you Tether here at the end of this show. Tether has been running this space for the last 8 years, the 8-year anniversary of Tether. We're going to talk about why that's so important for the cryptocurrency space. So cryptocurrency, stocks, real estate, and we listen to what the Fed's telling us. We know that there's a lot more to go here. There's a lot more to clean up before we go to the upside. So let's continue. Here we go. Wall Street Journal saying that this jobs report confirms that the Federal Reserve is going to continue with a large interest rate hike. Now, Adam Tager, we're going to break down this jobs report data and how it is another manipulated economic data point that the government has been manipulating for years. Excuse me. So we got Adam Tager here. Payrolls show 263,000 jobs added last month, in line with consensus. Jobless rate has decreased to 3.5%. This should show jobs still, quote unquote, robust, giving Fed more leeway to hike, tighten further, pushing out pivot hopes. But then we go to this chart here from Liz Ann Saunders on Twitter. 261,000 individuals left the labor force in September, a reversal from the 344,000 that entered in August. Okay, so the definition of these, the way that they manipulate this is the definition of people that actually just left the labor force are no longer considered unemployed because they're no longer workers, right? They're just chilling. Stimulus checks were the test. You're going to continue to see those keep on rolling out, as we just covered. California rolling out their program. The stimulation checks will continue. Reversal from the 344,000 that entered in August. Now, here's what's interesting, and here's what I want to say to this. Many people are finally having to get off the couch and go make some money, or they're not going to make it, period. Okay, the fun times are over. And the stimulus check only goes so far in this inflationary period that we're going in, on the verge of hyperinflation if this gets much more out of hand. In some countries, you're already seeing it. The shortages, hyperinflation, shortage of cash, US dollars, shortage of gas, oil, and any other commodity that matters. And you name the country, they have a different issue. But this jobs report to me said, and then one more point though. One more point from Wall Street Silver. Still not a recession. Job openings fell by 1.1 million in August to 10 million, seasonally adjusted. The biggest decline since the lockdowns. So, what does this mean? Some people are being forced to go work. They're forced to take a second job. Okay? Which, obviously we see that in the jobs numbers. More jobs being added still. But then we start to see job openings falling by 1 million in August. Right? And then we see 261,000 individuals leaving the labor force altogether, which gives us that jobless rate that decreases to 3.5%. All part of manipulation, but if you look underneath the data, if you actually see what's happening in the streets here in Main Street America and other countries too, going through a similar situation, much worse than America, we're the last one to fall. America, don't be celebrating right now. It's coming home here. It's all coming back. We will pay for this. In the meantime, it's been good. And you're starting to see, though, that some people are finally having to get off the couch and actually go get some money coming in. They can't afford the food. They were able to afford food and what some would call luxuries living off of the government. And you guys I'm not here to harp on that. You guys already know that that's abused. Absolutely. Right? Now, I'm not even going to get into that conversation. The point being, people were able to live pretty damn good off of the hand of the government. Now that this inflation crisis is getting worse, people are finally having to go get a job to add to the government handouts, Now, but you are seeing, and this is very, very crucial, what happens when there's no longer the good jobs that people need? They're having to take 2 jobs, 3 jobs, work 1 job, side hustle, which I'm encouraging. If you are able and if you need to do it, then you got to get it done. And like I'm saying, this is becoming a necessity to make it through this recession. You got to get off the couch and you got to go make some money, right? And, obviously they're going to continue to roll out the stimulus checks, but just think here not too long, they could hand out a couple $1,000 a month and it's still not going to be able to cover the average American's bills. And I know that some people are getting plenty of money, right? Like I said, they're able to afford not only the basic necessities, but some would call them luxuries, right? Living off the government. But right here, it's interesting to see this. If the job openings are falling by 1 million, that tells you that the mass layoffs are here, that the companies, the corporations that everyone wants to go work for, that traditional corporate job that my company's going to take care of me. Ooh. Now, we don't even want to get started on how their 401k is doing right now. Oh, and by the way, your real estate's crashing too. See, I don't get off on this because I like seeing the average American suffer. No, I get off on this because I've been warning people for the last year that this moment was coming, and we are completely focused on tap in on how we stay out of this situation, how we get our act together and ride out this inflation crisis, and we're going to have a little bit of extra money that we can invest into the assets that are going to change the financial infrastructure of this world. That is the opportunity that I get excited about. The stock market, cryptocurrency, real estate, and now you're seeing the mass layoffs underway. We're watching all of these situations unfold, and it's truly incredible to see. What do we have here? Home prices in the world's most expensive housing markets could fall 30%, predicts Goldman Sachs. Sorry, I got that one wrong. Yeah. So Goldman Sachs is predicting that 30% drop for the most expensive housing markets in this world. Okay. They're talking about Hong Kong could crash by 30%, and then obviously probably some of the high-flying markets here in the United States as well. And we just want to interject that, yeah, that's already happened in some of these markets, have gone down by 10% plus. You annualize some of the data that's being reported right now. If this continues for another year or so, it's not going to be pretty. And the point is, now that the jobs are going away, how are these people going to afford more expensive mortgages? How are they going to afford to move? Even if they wanted to, they're almost trapped at these mortgage rates that they locked in at 3%. It's going to be interesting to watch this real estate market. High-flying speculators are going to go bust, in my opinion, just like it's going to happen in all of the markets, all of the asset classes in every single business sector. There's going to be a purge cleansing period that we're going through. We've started it. You're seeing it. You're seeing all the companies that maybe they got their stimulus, they got their PPP money in the United States, right? All these bailouts, no one had to pay their mortgage. Businesses and people were able to stay afloat. Now that that's all being pulled, it's like everyone has to actually go back to work and get something done. Actually pay your bills. I think we have a long ways to go, and I think that many people are being fooled. Okay, but here's one point. I noticed that people only want the hype. People only want the hype. I posted 2 videos today, 2 little clips, and one was XRP going to $100 instantly, and the other video was home prices crashing by another 40%. Guess which video got 10 times more views? The XRP to 100 chart video. Right. So the people want, and I get it, man, it's been brutal. We've already been in a bear market recession since the end of last year, right? I feel you. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to go to the upside too, you know? But everything we're looking at, all of our analysis is telling us that we got a long ways to go, and we're not going to be fooled, and we are going to be prepared, and we are going to short the hell out of Bitcoin on the way down. Now, breaking news, the Gold Telegraph is reporting that Bank of America has agreed to pay $1.84 billion to settle claims regarding residential mortgage-backed securities from the 2008 financial crisis. Goodbye 2008, hello 2022. So it's interesting to note now that they're finally settling up well over a decade later for nearly $2 billion, just Bank of America alone. After they've been able to profit probably trillions of dollars during that period, now they get to go pay $1.84 billion, do a little deal. I'm interested to see, I guess, I don't know if that's a class action settlement or who's winning that case, I guess. I'll have to look into that further. But what's been interesting to know is all of the programs that we started to see these banks and mortgage lenders roll out once again, the 40-year mortgage, no closing costs, all these different programs. My credit union's doing 0%, no closing costs until the end of the year on home equity loans. They're just begging you guys to generate some loans for them because that's how the banks make their money, right? But Bank of America, Ripple partner, might add that, and one of the banks that I think is actually going to make it through. I know a lot of people think that all of the banks are going away and it's only going to be like QFS banks or whatever. No, I think that we're going to have, it's just mergers and acquisitions are at all-time high, and you're going to see it in every single sector. Every single business is going to see the competition going away, getting ate up. What assets have value will be acquired, and the rest will go to the waste. The rest will go bye-bye. Like, there are going to be a lot of banks that go bye-bye, right? A lot of companies. Bank of America can cut that $2 billion check to settle up. Truly incredible. Nearly a decade later, they finally settle up for the mortgage-backed securities issues of 2008. And here we are once again. And like I said, all of the data says 2008, but much worse. Absolutely. Let's continue on. Robert Kiyosaki, why I buy Bitcoin. Pension funds are the biggest investment businesses in the world. Folks, you're going to be surprised to see this. This is where I was pulling Forbes from. This is Forbes right here. Let's take a look. Your state pension is now gambling on cryptocurrency. How about that? Now we pull this down and we can see that 94% of America's state and local government pensions, often regarded as the dumbest institutional investors in the world by Wall Street, are gambling on cryptocurrency. Now, this is from Forbes. Truly incredible to see here. that now they're saying that pension funds have 94% of them have exposure to cryptocurrency in one form or fashion. Now, here's what I'm at. My question is, what's worse, some of the cryptocurrencies that they have exposure to, or the bonds, the stocks that they've been holding on their balance sheets, the mortgage-backed securities, the real estate? How is that performing? And what's the upside potential on some of those investments versus the cryptocurrency space? See, it goes both ways. Although we think this is transformational technology and it's the greatest opportunity in our lifetime, 99% of cryptos go away. So all these pension funds, knowing how most of these guys invest, it's going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis. And then they throw 5% of their bag at Shiba, Doge, Inu, Elon, Inu. Nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But these pension funds, we covered this, right? They were about to go bust in England, right? Bank of England had to bail them out. But now we're seeing that some of these pension funds in the United States, I forget which state it was. I got to pull this up. It was shared in my Discord group. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to find that in the Discord group, and I'll share that next live because this is important. There was a state that announced that they were pulling their investments, their pension fund investments, from BlackRock. Comment down below if you know what state that was, but that was just announced. It was in my Discord group is where I saw it. I'll have to go pull that back up. But we're starting to see these pension funds trying to figure it out, right? And we've seen that their current program has been failing, but at least they're taking a look at cryptocurrencies, I guess. But, knowing these guys, big old bags of Bitcoin and Ethereum proof of work crap. Oh, wait. The ETH2 merge, it's no longer proof of work. It's now a green crypto. It's good for the environment. It's still just super expensive with the gas fees, and it's centralized, right? And you're still going to wait for your transactions to go through. At least it's a green crypto now, 50% done after a merge that we've been waiting 3 years for. Good job, Vitalik. Thank you. Let's continue on. Thank you so much, guys. India's central bank is working toward a phased introduction of a central bank digital currency. BRICS is moving quickly on the central bank digital currency front. They are stockpiling gold. This is being reported from Gold Telegraph. Yeah, this isn't really news to us, right? We know that all of these BRICS nations are, one, holding record amounts of gold, buying more gold, buying and doing new trade deals for commodities and resources that matter, that they need to survive, ditching the US dollar, and they are further along with their CBDCs. Absolutely. India is going to be massive, and you already know there's plenty of connections with Ripple in India. Many of the biggest banks in India partnered up with Ripple. Alter of Ego on Twitter says, Intel hits major milestone as it moves towards mass production of quantum computer chips. So we're not supposed to talk about quantum computers, right? It's this crazy idea that's supposed to be a decade away. Meanwhile, we have this report here from siliconangle.com. Intel hits major milestone as it moves towards mass productions of quantum computer chips. And the most important question that we can ask is your blockchain, is your distributed ledger technology quantum resistant? Going to be very important because they are there. They're already being used by military and top secret government agencies, absolutely, in major countries. And now we see Intel mass producing the quantum chips coming up here. Here we go. That quantum financial system getting fired up. Okay, so now I wanted to show you guys this one. This is the 8-year anniversary of Tether, Bitfinex. You guys can see right here. And Bitfinex says, more like 8 years of market manipulation, money laundering, bank fraud, shareholders in prison for money laundering, partners convicted for bank fraud, billions of dollars seized for money laundering and bank fraud, executives under criminal investigation for bank fraud. How strange that at the same time you rotate into treasuries, the entire crypto market implodes. I'm sure it's just a happy coincidence. Also, we said you won't ever do a legitimate audit. 5 years on and 0 audits because you guys didn't have the money. Now, check this out. This is actually from the lawsuit settlement with Tether. Read this point right here. Okay, Arcadius just dropped a $27.99 Canadian funny money. Sorry for the funny money, Zach. Arcadius, I love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hopefully I didn't miss any other super chats. I appreciate you guys for smashing that thumbs up. We got Chad with a 2 spot. Tether is back like JP Morgan's paper silver. Chad, yep, priming us for this 8-year anniversary of Tether, getting ready to watch this thing completely implode. Okay, I think I got them all. Guys, check this out. During this same period, the number of Tether tokens in circulation grew by at least 100 million month to month. So it went from 109.8 million Tether tokens in circulation in July of 2017 all the way up to 442 million by September of 2017. So just within that span, it went from 200 million supply all the way up to 442 million. But during this same time, the amount that was held in the GC Trust account never exceeded $61.5 million. So it's been proven in court. The New York Attorney General already said that they're a deceptive and fraudulent scheme, New York Attorney General. And now we see from this settlement here that they never had more than $61 million in their account. Now, they have added treasuries, right? So now they're holding treasury notes, as if that's supposed to make us feel more comfortable about Tether, which, fun fact, has been doing about 50 plus, some estimates even put it over 60% of the trading volume for the whole cryptocurrency space on all of the exchanges is done using the Tether stablecoin. So 8 years of market manipulation, money laundering, bank fraud, and a complete Ponzi scheme built on the back of Tether. We've said that Tether is the Federal Reserve to the cryptocurrency space. Whenever the space needs a little hand, a little pump, Tether right here injected hundreds of millions in their supply over just a 4-month period, and they only held $61 million in their account. Never went over $61 million. Truly incredible. And this is why we say the cryptocurrency space needs to get cleaned up. Now let's talk about real players, real actors, and what gets us so damn excited about this opportunity. I'm going to say cheers to everyone that's been holding these utility cryptos and understand what is about to happen, because this is truly incredible. I got some good ones lined up for you guys. These are going to be some massive bangers coming up here. Let's get it going. Jack McDonald, CEO of PolySign, delighted to have our subsidiary Standard Custody participate as a sponsor of CoinAlts 2022. This is going to be taking place in November. What do we also have taking place in November? Swift updating to ISO standard messaging. Okay, and we have ISO 222 basically going live in November. The complete rollout will be taking place over the next 3 years, but Swift members have already had the opportunity to opt in by November. Now they're starting to get forced. Swift members will be rolling over to ISO, and we're going to see basically the whole payment infrastructure is running on ISO. Okay, very important. But here we have PolySign, institutional grade custody. Jack McDonald, CEO, getting pumped up because we're going to have Standard Custody, another important player in this space, is participating as a sponsor at their event, which is going to be held in November, right before Ripple is going to be holding their Swell conference in November as well, in London, of all places. Folks, this is a massive, massive moment in time. Blockchain backer, we waited 1.5 years for this moment. Send that Bitcoin dominance into the gutter. We called this episode XRP Pumps Again while the rest of the market continues to dump. Here's what we have taking place. Let's take a look at this Bitcoin dominance chart. Huge shout out to BC Backer. Let's take a look. Okay. So this is our Bitcoin, and you can see what he thinks is about to play out. The exciting part about this is, as we've seen in all the previous bull runs, when that Bitcoin dominance drops, XRP and the alts go on a run. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a massive, very, very fast moment. Now you time it with that settlement or the end of that Ripple versus SEC lawsuit sometime in the next year. This is going to be absolutely massive. Let's continue on, guys. I'm not done. I got a couple more bangers. Crypto bull XRP. I know some of you guys don't like him. I don't care. Over the next months, XRP price slowly keeps moving up in anticipation of a Ripple win and relisting. When these events occurred, there will be a final price explosion to $10 to $13. Most people will buy the local top. A lot of people are going to be FOMOing in when Ripple takes the spotlight all eyes are on Ripple. It's not just going to be Charles Gasparino and Eleanor Terry at Fox Business. It's going to be everyone understanding that the payments system is getting updated. It's getting rebooted potentially after it went offline. We're ready for that one too. But that price action is going to be absolutely massive. $10 to $13. Then we start to FOMO in. What do we have next? Take a look here. Swiss banking giant unites Ripple and Swift on one platform. Payment solutions and consulting company IBIS Management Associates recently announced that it has enabled its customers to connect to RippleNet. Through the Swiss route service developed by IBIS, users will be able to access a gateway to the Swift International Payment Network. Okay? IBIS announced that its customers will be able to connect to Ripple and Swift in their pockets on one platform. In that sense, IBIS stated that its customers will have unlimited banking possibilities. Swift route customers will be able to process payments through RippleNet and out of the box, quote, out of the box banking integration. Folks, are you ready? Whoa. We were all supposed to be scared because Chainlink talked to Swift, or what, they did a proof of concept or a test. Who cares? Good luck. Right here, you're seeing this is a Swiss company, I believe, that is helping this rollout, connecting RippleNet and Swift and out-of-the-box banking integration. I'll let you guys speculate on what that might be. This is what we've been waiting for, folks. The utility green light is coming. The regulations held us up. The SEC versus Ripple case held us up. And then the market makers have their moment in time when they're going to dump on us. And it just happens to be like every other single crash during the, well, I'm not even going to get into it, but this moment in time that we've broken down for you guys, while everyone else was telling you that the bottom was in, we're continuing to the downside, but it's right before the biggest bull run of my lifetime that I'm going to have experienced as a young 28-year-old. The biggest, greatest opportunity of my lifetime is right here, right now. And for you too, it is absolutely massive. And you're starting to see the players turning on the switch, okay, tapping into RippleNet. Oh, are they using XRP? It's a flip of the switch. Settle in XRP. As soon as you're tapped into RippleNet, it's literally a flip of the switch. Okay, settle in XRP. Save a bunch of money, be way more efficient. Real-time tracking, settlement, and monitoring of the transaction removes the need for trust. All on one platform. And the key part about this that I wanted to mention is that everyone, what have we been talking about? Everyone will use XRP on the back end. Whether you realize it or not, the settlement on the back end will be done with XRP. Like this company said, they will be able to connect Ripple and Swift through their pockets. That means on their phone, through out-of-the-box banking integration. One payments platform. Truly incredible. What do we have next? Wrath Economin. Very cool. He tagged some person on Twitter, RLP Farm D14. Okay. Pointed out that one of the swell speakers from Ripple lined up is Scott Beck, chairman of the United Texas Bank out of Dallas, Texas. Look at what their website says is coming soon. Let's take a look. Number 1, digital asset enablement. Number 2, correspondent banking services. Number 3, FX Wires International. 4, real-time settlement. 5, custody of digital assets. And 6, buy, sell, hold cryptocurrencies. How about that? How about that? And some of these states are moving ahead. Texas, Wyoming, you're starting to see some of these states saying, let's go. We need innovation in our state. Bring your business here. Let's get deals done. Let's help our people provide jobs. Let's get something done. We love to see what's happening across this country. Across this country, we still believe in it. Texas, stand up. United Texas Bank. Okay? And we have, that is going to be the chairman of the United Texas Bank coming to speak at Ripple Swell. Going to be massive, this lineup at Ripple Swell. I'll be covering the whole thing. You guys already know that. Now, Rothschilds, von Bilderberg, Mason Rothschild on Twitter. Cannot confirm if this is a real Rothschilds or not, but you already know the deal. The same way XRP is stable, hovering around 50 cents, is going to be the same way it will hover around 10,000 when all the money comes in. Zero volatility. I do have to agree. Is 10K the price? I don't know. That would be nice. That would be fun. But there is going to be a stabilization of the XRP price once the market manipulation suppression is over and we got the clarity green light for cryptocurrencies, digital assets to be turned on, and businesses are going to grow. The space is going to 10x. It's going to be just like the dot-com bubble, and Ripple setting themselves up to be the Amazon of payments, the most important, valuable issue that faces this world and the financial system. The main point in tonight's video is that XRP is moving on its own, and that's what we want. While the rest of the space continues to dump, XRP has a little pump. Are we excited, thinking about taking profits because XRP went to 53.5 cents today? Absolutely not. We're not trading the coin. I'm not trading the coin, not financial advice. But I'm not playing with this thing at 50 cents. I'm not selling off my bag now because I think it's going to go lower here soon. I do think that that's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a brief moment in time. The exchanges are running out of XRP, and I don't trust anybody else with my reserve currency that's as liquid as the G10 currencies combined and is ready to run the whole internet of value and solve trillion-dollar problems daily. The important part about this is it proves that it's manipulated, and that proves that it's important. The fact that this cryptocurrency, while the rest of the space is going down, is moving up. That tells you there's excitement there. That tells you there's institutional adoption already taking place. You can see the whale purchases. You can see the on-demand liquidity partners ramping up that on-demand liquidity, doing more and more of their businesses, offering more business offerings to their clients through XRP. Treasury flows. And we're still figuring out the NFT update. As soon as that happens, you already know what's going to happen then. Why the hell would anybody use Ethereum? What a terrible joke of a network. Complete failure, not only for the cryptocurrency space, but for United States rule of law and corruption being exposed in the Ripple vs. SEC lawsuit, but a complete failure of humanity. Can we please move on from this network that clearly is not getting the job done? And as you guys are seeing right here, Ripple, Swift, corridors firing up. What do we have here? It was confirmed in the iRemit that the iRemit amicus brief that they've been using XRP for on-demand liquidity for years without any deal with Ripple. We've already won this case. Crypto Bull and others are telling you guys the same thing that we're saying here. This movement after the price, after the settlement, it's going to be uncomfortable for the cryptocurrency space, for holders, and for people that are haters, for people that are doubters, that are naysayers, that think that it's irresponsible that I just mentioned $10,000 XRP in my show. We were told that everyone was going to use XRP on the back end and that Ripple XRP was going to be complementary to Swift. Now, what did we just see? Right there, that corridor firing up in Switzerland. Right where the BIS is at, Bank of International Settlements, and you already know that the Swiss banking system and what's been taking place over there, the banking system for the elite, and the deals that are being done, the connections that are being made here. Truly incredible. What a moment in time, guys. Now, let's remember, this pump today is exciting. It shows us once again, it confirms for us that XRP is in a league of its own. It's different from the rest of the space. It's different from any other asset on this planet. But as we just lined up and confirmed once again through all the data, through all the current events, updates that we just went through tonight, we're going lower. We're going lower. I'm shorting the hell out of Bitcoin, not financial advice. And that's how we hedge our ridiculously long bet on utility cryptocurrencies, on suppressed assets like gold, silver, assets that actually matter, assets that still produce cash flow during a bear market recession. That's what we've been investing in. That's what we've been building. The longer they stall this thing out, the more we get to build our assets, the more we get to acquire suppressed assets at these cheap prices. And the flip of the switch moment is real. The stabilized price is real. XRP designed to be a stablecoin at a very high price, real. XRP is a stablecoin because it settles in 3 seconds. The opportunity of a lifetime right here, guys. We continue to stay tapped in, focused. If you guys are looking to get access to my community, head on over to my website, zachrichter.com. I would love to see you guys in our Discord group. We appreciate all of the family that has just recently joined this past month. Great group of people. Tomorrow morning, once again, our Saturday weekly call sessions. We light it up every Saturday morning. We get a couple cups of coffee, and then we just get completely jacked up talking about how we are actually preparing for these events that are about to roll out. As we've been telling you guys, we're ready for this thing to go lower. We're completely prepared for that, okay? But in the meantime, we are completely focused on understanding what utility, what adoptions actually being built in this space. That's the conversation that we're having on this channel with cryptocurrency. Where's the adoption and building that's actually happening, taking place at? It's not with 99% of the cryptocurrency space. 94% of pension funds in the United States having exposure to cryptocurrency. I hope that they don't own some of these 99% of cryptos that's going to go away. I hope that they've taken a serious look. I hope that Robert Kiyosaki's taken a serious look at XRP. I know he's been talking about Bitcoin, gold, silver, Bitcoin, ammo, food. We do it all. Besides Bitcoin, we just don't understand why you would invest in irrelevant technology. But nonetheless, I just want to say thank you to everyone in this community. I'm so grateful for the family that we've built here on this channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for smashing that thumbs up. Let's do a little bit of a Q&A session. I appreciate all of you guys joining me on this Friday night. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if I missed any super chats. If you guys dropped a super chat, comment down below on YouTube, and I will check that for you guys, okay? If you dropped a super chat and I missed that, oh, corepins.com, 20 spot. That is massive. See, I appreciate your guys' support so much. You guys have really been helping us out here, grow this channel, grow our team, help us service our community that we're building right here. I continue to pour back and invest back into my team, growing this family, this value here that we have for people that are just trying to figure it out, trying to help you guys out as much as possible. Thank you so much, okay? 2 spot from JJ. Chat, can we get the likes to 333? Mess with people? Yeah. The 333. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Okay. What are we working with? Let's do some rapid fire Q&A. Crypto Quest, thank you. Love you. MC Prosperity, thank you. Thank you. Crafty Arena, thank you. Love you guys. Dual Citizen. Adler. XRP is decoupling from every other asset in the whole damn world. This thing's in a completely different thing. It's a completely different scenario, situation. Algorand is also pumping. Is it? Okay, let's take a look. Cryptocurrencies, let's take a look. 19.5 for our Bitcoin. Am I in profit yet? Let's take a look here at the Bitcoin chart. My Bitcoin short briefly went into profit today. At one time I was down like 25% on that trade, no problem. Okay, yeah, we're getting really close to my average, which is 19,512. Excuse me, 19,512. Right there, you guys can see that. Okay. Let me fix that for you guys. Boom, boom. There you go. 19,512 is the average entry on my Bitcoin short right now. So that is about to go break into profit. That's not financial advice. I just like to show you guys what I'm doing because I just have the most simple strategy that's proven. It's been working flawlessly. But I like to be transparent with you guys and show you guys what I'm doing. Now, I see we got Carl McCarrick, 10 spot of the euro dollar. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone out in Europe making it happen. I know you guys got your struggle over there. God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in, Carl. Peter Pan, 20 spot. Thank you for Zach for all the info. Peter Pan, I appreciate you guys for helping me do this deal, grow this channel, grow this community. Okay, make sure we smash the button, and that notification bell has to get hit too, so you guys don't miss any of the content. Shane with the 589. What bank do you think will be on top after this transfer of wealth? It's going to be interesting, right? Because I think that the central banks, that's a deep, Shane, you're always asking those deep questions, brother, that really get me thinking. I think there's only going to be a few. That's kind of what the insiders told us, that there's only going to be a few winners. Now, I don't know if few means actually like 3 or 4. I think that it means more than that. But I think that we're going to see a serious cleaning out of the banking infrastructure, the banking, just the number of banks. You're seeing so many of them close down physical branches, close down drive-through tellers. Now there's only a ATM drive up at my bank. Yeah. So that's what we're seeing them do, right? So that's all part of the merge, the acquisitions that are underway, the consolidations, and then you're going to see the bankruptcies, insolvencies too. Now, in this future system, it's interesting because it's more going towards decentralized institutions being built, decentralized organizations being built, versus the traditional banks, right? The traditional Wells Fargo, Bank of America, those type of players. It's moving towards a decentralized DAO that you're going to be able to stake your XRP or whatever cryptocurrency you have, or you're going to be able to tokenize your real estate. Like you're going to be able to tokenize anything of value that you possess. So it's going to get really interesting. The ability for you to rent out different assets, rent out, provide cash flow for yourself based off of owning certain, assets, staking, lending, using your cryptocurrency to put it up as collateral. It's very clear though, if these banks didn't clear up their balance sheet and get rid of bad debt, get rid of all these liabilities and start to clean it up and then start to adopt the new technology, to your question, Shane, a lot of them I think are going to get consolidated. A lot of them are going to have to fold. Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like the traditional space, I think, completely consolidates, where there's only going to be like 3 or 4 winners left. It'll be like the central bank and then a couple winners, I guess. And then it's just going to be decentralized DAOs. After we have regulations and clarity, everyone's going to be able to actually build very interesting staking platforms that are not just like snow moon Ponzi schemes that are going to go bust or whatever they are, Snow Dog, DAO, or whatever the hell they were. You know what I'm talking about, that took place over the last year. Hope Gone, thank you for the Euro 899. Hey Zach, when is the XLM deep dive coming? And I'm looking to add either XDC or Algo. Which would you favor first? It's a split for me, and I'm personally going to be looking to buy Algorand and XDC over the next couple months when these things go a little bit lower. I've got a nice bag of XRP ready, so now I'm looking at some of my other cryptocurrencies getting back into XDC and Algorand. I've always held my bag of XLM. XLM is another one I don't really play with. I have a different exit strategy for XLM. As far as an XLM deep dive, I am going to write down that so that I can remember. That's another piece of content, another deep dive that we need to put out for the people is XLM that we've kind of, and see, here's the thing is, I was saying this a few weeks ago, I got to do a refresher on XLM because we already know a lot about the basics of XLM and kind of the backstory, Jed McCaleb, entities that we can't talk about, where he comes from. But we got to do a refresher on all of that for the newbies. And then we also got to do a get caught up, the update on where Stellar's at as well. They're having their Meridian conference coming up. Thank you for mentioning that, because they're having their Meridian conference coming up, and the head of the CFTC is going to be speaking at that conference. So that's a massive for XLM. The head of the CFTC is going to be speaking at their conference. We love to see it. Hope Gone, that's a great question though. Great question. And as far as which I would favor first, it's going to be a 50-50 split for me. XDC kind of turns me on a little bit more just because it's another X. It's, yeah. XDC, but Algorand's just as solid. I really like Algorand as well. So it's about a 50-50 split as far as investment, probably. Yeah. Great question though. Zach is the serious businessman version of Jim Carrey. Ripple effect. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's, yeah. You guys are hilarious. Okay. Where did we leave off? TikTok, you guys got something? Mary fam. That is right, Jemmy. The CFTC fam is going to be rolling on over, joining Stellar. Plus, listen to Quincy Jones. Yeah, if you guys type in Zach Rector, Quincy Jones, you guys can go listen to my interview that I did with Quincy Jones in August of last year. It was one of my first interviews that I ever did for my YouTube channel, but I actually did it on TikTok. It's because I was trying to help Quincy grow his TikTok a little bit. So I said, yes, brother, it would be an absolute pleasure for you to join me. And we ran it up for a great session. Great session back in August of last year. Type in Zach Rector, Quincy Jones. Go watch that. The audio's not that great. The video quality, not that great. It was a TikTok live, but I posted it up there. It was it's going to go down as one of the OG interviews for sure. Yeah, huge shout out to Quincy Jones. I joined him on his Twitter space a couple months ago. So, yeah, huge shout out to Quincy. Have I looked into ADA? Yes. Opportunity doesn't look as appealing to me. But yeah, it's solid. ADA is solid. I have nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't get me going. Any thoughts on API 3? I know it's a Chainlink competitor. I haven't taken a look at it. Zach, the state was Louisiana. Yes, Anthony, thank you. It was Louisiana. I thought it was. Because they got their act together down there in the great state of Louisiana. God bless our community down there in the South. God bless you guys. Great Americans. Getting it done. And dropping BlackRock from your pension fund. Interesting move. Interesting move. You don't touch XLM? No, I do have XLM. Oh, yeah, as far as I have a bag, I don't really play with it like I did with my XDC, my Algorand. I sold all those Algorand I sold at profit. XDC I took a loss on, but that's fine. I'm going to acquire a bigger bag while we're at these lower prices. So I'm not too worried about that. And then yeah, that's been fine. Over the last 3 months trading Bitcoin, my bag's up 45%, I think. I have to go freshen up my data on that, but I'm up, I think, at least 40% on my Bitcoin shorts over the last couple, 2-3 months. This is a great question. I love this. Daniel. Zach, it took me 3 years to save up enough money to buy 2,000 XRP. Will I end up losing it if I can't get it off the exchange into a cold wallet? Daniel, we don't trust exchanges, okay? But God bless you for taking the time. And I love that. Love that. Because I've been there with you, dude. The last 3 years, I've been stacking XRP too. Sometimes investing more than I probably should have at the time. Making myself go broke so I could stack XRP. But I love that. But yes, we don't trust any of these exchanges. And we need to get it to cold storage, our long-term bag. Now, if you're looking, you got an exit strategy, you're going to exit 10% of your bag at $10, then okay, you can do that. Leave it on the exchange if you want to do that. But I advise everyone with their long-term holdings, take a look at cold storage for sure. Linked on down below is the LEPAL Titan. You guys can get that. And then we also have ledgers. There's Decent Wallet. There's others. So you guys know the deal. I don't have a favorite. I don't do recommendations on wallets or exchanges, but I just recommend cold storage, multiple devices, and secure the hell out of your assets that matter most. Great question though. I don't think that you're particularly going to lose it on these exchanges. I do feel like, well, it's tough, man. We don't trust any of them. Like I said, do I think that Coinbase is going to go bankrupt? I think that they make it out. Even if they had to file bankruptcy, they're going to sell off their assets. They're going to consolidate, rebrand, do a different deal, whatever. I don't think that that's the case with Coinbase. But I don't trust any of these exchanges. Period. End of story. It's very, very simple. We don't trust anyone right now. We're going through a recession. This is a bear market recession. Not to mention half the population is losing their minds. They've caught a different vibe. Let's just say that. The frequency that hit them is a little different than what we have, isn't it? In our hearts and our souls. God bless you all. I appreciate you guys so much. They have a little bit of a different vibe, don't they? Precious metals are addictive. I know, man. The silver is so shiny. It looks so awesome. I love my silver. Want to be crypto? Thank you. God bless you. Yep. Jamie Lynn McLaughlin with the 10 spot. Sending love from New Orleans, Louisiana. God bless. God bless, Jamie. I didn't know you were down there in the great state of Louisiana. Love it. Love it. Johnny Ripple, Zach, what is a good personal stack of precious metals? I'm shooting for 1,000 ounces of silver and 20 ounces of gold. Same thing with XRP, Johnny. You already know the deal. I can't answer that. That's how much generational wealth do you want to create, Johnny? You know the deal, man. I can't answer that question. Now, for me, what was my overall investments? Precious metals was about 10%. That's what Jim Rickards recommends as well, is about 10%. And I would say I've been trying to keep mine around 10% as well. 10% as well. So that is not financial advice, but yeah. Sending love from Perth, Australia, mate. Thank you, Big Sauce. Thank you. Flare is going to be huge, absolutely massive, absolutely digital. Thank you. Yeah. BlackRock and Coinbase, don't see them going anywhere. Rashad, yeah, that's the thing is I think that a lot of these players are going to make it out. They got to clear out their balance sheet. They got to get rid of some of that shit, but they're going to make it. Nice to see you guys. Yep, sending love. God bless. God bless. Thank you guys. Okay, what else are we working with? Rapid fire me. Texas in the house. Good stuff. Gold mutual funds. I don't know. No. I basically want the metals in hand. I don't have a 401k IRA retirement fund though. If you guys do, head to my website, top link, precious metals, hit that link, get in touch with my people. If you're looking to roll over your 401k IRA retirement account to precious metals. For me, I only have silver and I keep it safe. Like we said last night, we want to have assets, currencies, essentials, things of value for blackout barter. When the lights go out, when the system goes down, when the internet gets turned off, and we're waiting for Elon to beam down the satellite internet to us. We want blackout barter, assets, currencies, essentials. God, this group is so tapped in. God bless you. In Oklahoma, our senator is pushing for crypto. Arthur, there you go. Yeah, a lot of these states are moving full forward ahead. Uh-oh. The big hitter pulled up. My man, Brian. God bless you, my friend. Brian says, great job tonight. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the support. As always, Brian. God bless you, my friend. You guys are amazing. We got some big hitters in our family, guys, in our group, in this community. I love it. I love it because I get to learn from these folks. From these guys and gals that got a little something going on, that did some deals in their day. I soak it up like a sponge, everything I can from these folks. Travis, what's your price prediction for the next year? Thank you for the super chat, Travis. By next year, we'll have hit that double-digit breakout. By next year, Travis, for sure. Because it's all based off the SEC lawsuit settling up. As soon as that's done, the pump's there. Now, is it going to be to $7 or $33? That is the range that I suspect XRP to go to. Because XRP's hung around 33 cents so long, I have a feeling that they might do some numerology stuff. We might pump it, market maker manipulation, all the way up to 33 cents. You know, they're going to do something. Maybe they'll pump it up to $33, but maybe they'll pump it up to $22. That would be such an incredible ending to 2022, right? They pump it to $22 after a 2-year lawsuit. That would be perfect timing, wouldn't it? In December, right at the end of that 2022 year, that's just going to be one for the books, man. What a year it's been, guys. God bless you all for staying strapped in this whole time. Just thinking, looking back at where we started back in January. What a ride it's been. CG, thank you. Thank you for the 15. Thank you for your work from Sydney, Australia. Oh, a little bit of Australian money. CG, thank you. Appreciate that. Hope Gone, another 899 euro. Santander is rumored to be offering staking at 12% coming soon. Have you heard? Hope Gone, I have not heard that, but that's what I'm waiting for, my friend. I'm waiting to see who can I trust, whether it's Bank of Santander, which I know that's out of Spain and Europe, right? But over here in America, if it's Bank of America, I don't care who it is. Whether it's a DAO that I really believe in and trust, or I give it to Bank of America and I say, hey, I need to go purchase, a couple milli worth of real estate. I have a little bit of XRP. You can see that it's trading at this price point that's about at $50 is when I start to really start to move on my other wealth strategies. On my other wealth building strategy, at a $50 price for XRP, that's when I consider moving to the next phase of the program. But Hope Gone, to your point, whoever you can trust after this system gets cleaned out, yeah, man, there's going to be so many programs for staking, lending, making passive income off of our assets. It's going to be great. Love from New Zealand. My EliPal shipped today. Hooray, Jake. There you go. Yeah, if you guys want to use my link down below for your EliPal Titan wallet, we got links for other stuff down below. If you guys want to help us out, we appreciate all of that using the affiliate links down below. Description of every single video. If 99% of crypto will be gone, what would cause that to happen? Great question from Gabriel. Gabriel, we talked about this earlier. Tether collapsing, imploding. Tether makes up over 60% of the trading volume for the whole cryptocurrency space. It provides, what does that mean? That means that it provides, it's the liquidity for 60% of the cryptocurrency space. And go look at Tether's supply and Bitcoin's price chart and the overall market cap of all of crypto's chart. You will see the correlation. Excuse me. You will see that correlation. Brenda, Mora, 20 spot. Thanks for keeping us tapped in. Love the Discord group. Great job tonight. Brenda, I'm so glad that you were able to join and get in the Discord group. Family's incredible over there, isn't it, Brenda? Thank you for joining us. And we had a great session last week in our Discord weekly call. Tomorrow, I'm excited, truly excited to get up. We do that Discord weekly call every Saturday morning. And it's going to be an important update tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. We're going to be compounding on the research and analysis that we did over the last month that has basically brought us to this point and why we've been able to call this so spot on. And we got to look at going forward. The next month really gets dicey, So we're going to look at how it's historically played out. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an update on our analysis from last September. Corepins.com just dropped $200. Corepins.com. I don't know if you meant to do that. Corepins, you're always dropping $20. I don't know if you accidentally slipped up there and just dropped two big ones. I'm sweating a little bit. Corepins.com. Huge shout out. Everyone, what are Corepins? We got to give them a little bit of exposure for $200. Gosh, give them at least a 15-second ad spot. We don't do any paid shilling, but Corepins. What the heck? Is that for real? I was waiting for the currency ticker to say some other currency other than US dollars. Because I've gotten that before. Japanese yen or whatever it is, some of these other currencies. That's so massive, and I have so much gratitude for you guys out there. Thank you so much, Corepins, and everyone else who's given us some support here tonight with the super chats and is always showing us love by smashing that thumbs up and sharing our content far and wide. God bless you all. Thank you, guys. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Core pin sales about to go through the roof. That's hilarious. Is that a paid sponsorship? Oh gosh, people are going to call me a shill now. I'm a shiller. Oh darn. They got me. That garden update. Okay, so the garden's still producing. I have my second wave coming in. It's not enough to be self-sufficient, but we're producing crops coming in still. I got green beans that are doing fantastic. Round 2 of green beans and peas. Doing fantastic because we've been having great weather up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's still like summer up here. 75 degrees, sunny, beautiful. We haven't had too much of the forest fire smoke this year coming from, we always get it from other people where I'm at. We either get it from Canada or we get it from Oregon or California. But this year we've been really lucky, haven't had too much smoke. And then global warming, I forgot that it's climate change now. Climate change has been fantastic for the Pacific Northwest, where I'm from. Fantastic summers. 75 degrees, sunny, perfect for about 3-4 months. And this one's been crazy all the way into October, and it still feels like summer. We love it. Not that we support climate change or whatever you want to call it, but it's working out all right for us up here in the Pacific Northwest. Darn it. Chad says that it's a scam. Chad, I appreciate you. Chad, thank you so much. And shout out to the whole team. Chad says, do not visit the site. It appears to be a scam. Oh, gosh. You guys just saw it. We had a scammer pump and dump us. They probably only meant to give us that 20 spot. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, garden's still producing. Absolutely. When is the Rumble session? In about a week and a half. Stay tuned. Won't be next week. 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out. I know I've been teasing it. It's coming. It's going to be massive. The Rumble session is going to be massive. I might even set aside like 2 hours. I don't know. I'm going to have a lot to go through. We'll see if I can do a 2-hour marathon session. We did a 2.5-hour weekly call with our Discord group last week. A fat update. Chong says, love from Seattle. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. James Butler, huge shout out to James. He says, I just posted some messed up crap to the Discord group, but worth it. James, you're always bringing the best content and value. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I'll have to go check that out after this live stream. Johnny Utah asks, do you think a certain amount of XRP is required to be able to stake? Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a certain amount of XRP, right? It's only going to go so high in price. You're not going to be able to pull up to the bank with 10 XRP. I mean, okay, yeah, even if XRP was 10,000 and 10 XRP was $100,000, even with $100,000, you're still not really like moving the bank. You're not really moving the needle for the bank. They're going to be interested in having you as a client for sure. That's better than a lot of people, but yeah, as far as minimum goes, you're going to need a little bit to get something done. I know many of us aren't, I don't think need to be too worried about that. But here's the deal. They are upping the standards for accredited investors. So that's one thing to consider is they're about to take the accreditation stance potentially to $10 million. I don't even know if that's possible for them to actually do that, but they're thinking about moving it up to $10 million instead of $1 million. So you need to have $1 million net worth, and I believe you have to make $200,000 a year for 2 years straight. Okay? To become an accredited investor. But talk to your tax accountant, your professional that can help you out there, your financial advisor. But I'm looking at becoming accredited so that I can take place in some of those early stage investments, not only in cryptocurrency companies, but you can get other private placement deals. And it shouldn't be that way. you shouldn't have to. Why is it the government's right to tell you what you can or can't invest in? And those are the best opportunities too. That's why they do it. Those are the best opportunities. You get in early on companies when they're getting up off the ground floor. Josh Henley says, you're just speculating on all of this. Well, what do we have to go off of on that question, right? Of course, that's all speculation. I don't give a shit because I got a fat bag of XRP, so I will have the minimum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, speculation. What? We got to talk about something, don't we? Come on. XRP at 52 cents right now. Johnny, let's take a look at the sticks, huh? What are we working with for our XRP? There is your Bitcoin chart at 19.5 still, right above my average entry on this Bitcoin short. XRP, we got a little couple green candles on the 15-minute chart here. This is Qcoin as always. Qcoin is where we do our trading. 52.5 for our XRP, hanging in there while the rest of the space continues to dump. Truly incredible. All right, guys, I am going to wrap up this session. I appreciate all of you guys for joining me tonight. Another fun Friday night session. What did we go here? 1 hour, 11 minutes. The 111. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me tonight. Huge shout out to everyone who threw down in the super chats. I appreciate your support. If you're looking to join our family, head on over to my website, zachrichter.com. Get tapped in. We would love to have you join the party. Going to be going live tomorrow morning, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for our weekly call. That's the Discord members only. A little bit of the secret sauce, a little bit of our updated analysis from last month that has been so key and critical as we watch these events unfold and we continue to stay ahead of the game and we profit in the meantime while we wait for blast off utility, cryptocurrencies that have been suppressed, and also precious metals, other assets that continue to breed cash flow for us during this recession and bear market and are primed to do even better over the next decade as we create generational wealth. I appreciate all of you guys. It's always a pleasure. Friday night. God bless you all. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Good night.